Brutal but satisfying. So, big British summer means we are into marathon training for an autumn marathon. Now, you may have seen the last video where I did a marathon progression run a couple of days ago. Today on the plan there was a session of 5 times 800 meters, and Dawn thought it'd be a good idea if we went to our local track to execute it. Now training on a track isn't something we usually do. The local track is about half an hour's drive away, and we don't generally use it because we've got a lovely trail near our house. But because Dawn's been injured this week and not been able to do so well, we thought it's a good idea to go to the track because she'd either have the option of watching and filming or taking part herself. So we're going to dive in and see how we did on that 5 times 800 meter session, and also take you through some of the things that go through our mind when executing a running session on a track rather than on the trail or the local roads. So I hope you enjoy joining us for our 5 times 800 meter track session. And the first thing you'll note, we have Dawn with us. She's been feeling a lot better the last 24 hours, completed an 8-mile run yesterday and was looking forward to trying to complete today's session. So the first and most important thing we'd advise anybody attempting to do a session on the track, particularly a fast one, is to do a really good warm-up. We did 15 minutes of light jogging, some strides, and as you can see here, various drills. There's me doing some fast feet there. You'll see Dawn in a minute doing some A skips and B skips. I'm doing some hamstring sweeps. So all in all, trying to get our bodies mobilized, activated and potentiated for running quite fast. If you just do a jog and then go straight into your run, you're liable to pull something. Some mobilization here, leg swings, and I was really excited to give these bad boys a debut, my Adidas Adizero Avanti track spikes, aimed at 5,000 to 10,000 meter running. Now the plan was, as I'd never worn them before, I would alternate running in my Takumi Sen 9s, my normal road shoes, with the new spikes, so I would minimise the risk of injury. So we both plugged recent race times into the V02 calculator to get an idea of how fast we should be running these reps. Mine came out at 3:12 and Dawn's came out at 3:24. So you can see from the first rep I'm a little bit inside target pace, Dawn's a little bit outside, but she has been struggling with injury this week. So rep 2, my first try out with the spikes, and all's good, just under 3:12. Dawn maintaining consistency there with a 3:26. Now when you are doing sessions on the track, the absolutely most important thing is not to set off too quickly as if you're running the Olympic 400 metres final. It's good to have a target pace in mind like we did, so you're going to be there or thereabouts. If you're having an off day, you might just be a bit slower. If you're having a really good day, you might be, as I do later, speed up towards the end. But as I say, the important thing is to execute these evenly. The track, there's no hiding place. But actually, what I do like about the track is it has lane markings all the way through, so you can see exactly what pace you're on every 100 metres or so.
In terms of psychology, it's important to focus on the interval you're on and not worry about what's to come.
That's right, if you're doing 5 reps like we are today and you start worrying on number 2, will I be able to hold the pace? You've already got negative thoughts. What you need to think of is, I will get to the next part of this rep, I will get around the next bend, to the next straight, and keep going like that and let the future look after itself. And that's very much the way we executed this session. So you can see by rep 3, I'm getting slightly quicker. Dawn's holding pace nicely. I had done a strength workout at the gym the previous day, so it had taken me a little bit of a while to ease into this, but feeling stronger as I'm going along. And rep 4, boom, I'm suddenly 3 or 4 seconds quicker, like the Dorothy Hyman, after whom this stadium is named, and John Mayer, who did a lot of his training here, former Olympic finalist and Barnsley AC athlete. And by the end of the final rep, you can see I've knocked a further 2 seconds off. I am now the reincarnation of Steve Ovett, but not going to the finish line with that trademark finger in the air, but rather tired. But very pleased with the way these trainers have operated with the first time out using them. And there to applaud Dawn coming in, she stayed solid throughout. Only 2 seconds between the fast and the slowest rep, so a well executed session from both of us.
Brutal but satisfying. I think it's 26 degrees now. Oh.
It's a scorcher.
But that's the first time I've done anything like that in ages. Proper track session, feeling the burn, feeling the lungs burn and the legs. So hopefully a good training effect from that. So we'll get our cool down done, then have a look at what the stats tell us. but I think I was getting progressively quicker during the session. You?
Probably progressively slower, but here I am now. Took a few days ago. It's good, so positive.
That's for the spikes, love them. Feel like a proper runner.
So here we can see the stats from my session here. We can see that we get progressively quicker, and as a note, I ran in the spikes on rep number 2, rep number 4 and rep number 5 as I got quicker. At the start my legs felt heavy, as I said, having done a gym session on the legs the day before, but I seemed to warm up into it. On the 800 rep my lungs and legs started to burn about 100 meters earlier on every rep. So on the first rep it was after 700 meters, 600 meters, 500 meters, etc. But I dug in on the last one and gave it the full send as we finished, as you can see there, and was delighted to round off with a 3:04.75. So thoroughly pleased with the second formal session on my marathon training plan. And now over to Dawn.
So yes, over to me. So on my first interval I did 3:27. However, I was looking for around 3:24. It was really hot at the track, and I was aware coming round the back long straight that I was feeling pretty hot. I also had this chest injury. It was okay, but it wasn't absolutely fantastic. So anyhow, I carried on, finished, and then had the walk recovery, and then I'm off on the second one. So the second one came out at a 3:26. I was okay with that. I thought, yeah, it's within line. The next one came out at 3:26, so very even there. And then I started to feel a little bit tired, and I could feel my chest, but I thought, shall I drop out and just do 4 reps, or shall I carry on? Anyhow, I carried on to the fourth one in 3:28, so I was getting a little bit slower. But once you've done the 4 and you have 5 to do, I thought I might as well do the last one. So I did the last one, and again that was 3:28. So I did get a little bit slower, but as John said earlier on, I was only within 2 seconds of each rep. So for me, I think it was a positive session. It was the first one like John that I've done for a long time on the track. I had this injury at the beginning of the week, which is still there. It's just under control. So yes, so for me, I think it was a positive first 800 meter session.
And the positives continued to flow as 2 days later, having recovered well, we're able to complete long runs on the Sunday.
Right, long run's done, and that ends 51 miles for Dawn for the week, 64 for me. So reflecting on there, like doing a long run is very much like the track workout we did earlier in the week. You segment it. So I did 8 miles easy, then 3 miles at marathon efforts. Then it was meant to be 4 miles cool down, but that left me a mile from where we were going to finish. So I actually segmented the last mile to the next bridge, to the next bridge, to that gate, to that gate. So yeah, if you actually start thinking at 6 miles of a long run, my legs are starting to feel a bit tired. Mentally, it's not very good. But be able to think, I'm just going to run this mile, and then I'm going to cross that bridge, go into the next section. Then it helps break it up mentally, doesn't it not?
It does indeed, yes. It's all about segmenting, isn't it? And that's what you do when you're in a track workout. You run the interval you're in, and in a long run, you run the mile you're in.
Wasn't that a book by Ryan Hall?
It was indeed, yes.
Run the mile you're in, Ryan Hall.
Yeah.
The great American marathoner, as they say over there. So yeah, successful week 2 of marathon training, as it turned out, despite Dawn's dodgy start to the week. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give us a like, and if you'd like to follow the rest of our marathon training and our summer adventures of racing and park running all around the country, then please consider subscribing. Until next week, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.